Hi, this is Natalie Lander, voice of Kinsey, Tara Branford, Stargirl, and many others. You are listening to a W2Mnet podcast. You can visit W2Mnet.com for other podcasts about entertainment, video games, sports, and wrestling. You are listening to Video Games to the Max.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Video Games to the Max, the games of the decade, and we're at 50, at number 50 to 26 is what we're doing on this episode, so we're getting ever closer to ranking, getting close to that, those last 25, and especially, those top 10 that I'm sure people really need paying attention to. So perhaps we'll have a lot of what you think should be there. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully you've been listening to the other two that we've already produced out there, 100 to 76 and then 75 to 50. So if for some reason this is your first time listening, thank you, and be sure to listen to those other ones because it kind of, I guess, doesn't make sense to start from here, but I get it. Time is precious as well. So I'm here as your host, Sean Garmer, and here with me, as always, Mr. Marc Morrison.
Howdy.
And also here, Jens Dietrich.
Hi.
So, alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Just in case there is people that have started from this one, since it's a nice, I guess, round number. 49 to 26. Just because we are going to talk about some games that you probably go, well, where's this other one? Well, just to be honest, we did the approach of each series that has direct connections. For instance, Tomb Raider or Uncharted. We know that they had sequels that were made in this decade. They are not there because we chose to only do one game per series that's has some sort of connection, direct connection.
Yeah, direct sequels, yeah.
Yeah, either some story link or the gameplay is extremely similar or whatever. So that's why you'll see, Resident Evil 7 is down there, way lower, and Resident Evil 2 Remake is also here because they have no story connection.
Red Dead 2.
Yeah, exactly. So there'll only be one Red Dead representation, just to give an explanation. So Let's start. 49 to 26 is what we're doing here, and there's a lot of games, so I might as well go ahead and list out the ones that we have right now as our possibilities for these numbers. Obviously, we can decide to move some up or down, and that'll change as we go throughout here. So 49 to 26 is how they're listed right now. Undertale, Diablo 3, Final Fantasy 14, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, Divinity Original Sin 2, Far Cry 3, Rocket League, Shovel Knight, Inside, Yakuza 0, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Celeste, Stardew Valley, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Horizon Zero Dawn, Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, Super Mario Maker, Mario Kart 8, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Red Dead Redemption 1, Super Meat Boy, Uncharted 4, Tomb Raider, and Titanfall 2. Woo! Mm-hmm. We're getting into that nitty-gritty here. So, first of all, I think definitely Red Dead Redemption needs to move up.
Up. Okay, so we'll move Red Dead Redemption out of this initial group for now.
And I would say Mario Kart 8?
Really?
I mean, I don't think I would, because it's just another one of those games.
I know, but it's the best
fantastic
one.
Mario Kart. But is it top 25 of the decade? I don't know.
I would think Skyrim still.
Skyrim, I could see an argument being made. I personally think that as the person who played 125 hours of Divinity Original Sin 2 last year, I feel Divinity Original Sin 2 is one of the 25 best games of the last decade.
Yeah, that's fine. I would also want to make the case of Final Fantasy 14 as being the
Final Fantasy 14 is an important one.
I mean, it's important, but only one person on our list, or on our lists, cared about it. And I would have a real problem putting it on a list when it launched so bad. The fact they had to okay, there is a story of them fixing it, but
I know, but Realm Reborn wasn't what launched badly. In this decade, what we're looking at is the relaunch, and all of those were great, and they've continued to improve upon them.
Didn't Final Fantasy 14 launch this past decade?
Did it?
But it's the top MMO now, right? Like it's exceeded WoW in terms of popularity and quality by now. So I can definitely see it being in the top 25, or at least. Sorry, Mark. Sorry.
In terms of quality, but I'm not sure still about population size. But
okay.
I guess it's hard to keep track of that info anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Blizzard has kind of gotten a little bit less. They've gotten like Microsoft with the not giving you Xbox numbers.
Right.
Well, you kind of have to fish for it at this sometimes.
If we're not moving it in the top 25, maybe it needs to be at number 26 at the very top of this list.
Well, let's leave it there and we'll see, because I think there's definitely some games that could move down.
Okay, let's look at what could move down.
For me, I'm going to tell you right now, I think Control still being broken, still being messed up on the consoles, and only working really well on PC.
I played Control. The only problem I've had on consoles is when you pause it. But
I know, but I'm still saying, like, this game just came out. Like, are we really going to put all of these 2019 games that high? We don't even know if like, a year from now, anybody's sitting there even thinking about them the way we think about some of these other games. I mean,
I don't like Control at 16, and I don't like Control above Alan Wake.
It's definitely better than Alan Wake. You haven't played.
I would say it's definitely better than Alan Wake.
You can't.
But I don't think Alan Wake needs to be in the top 25 either.
No, it does not. I mean, I think Control should be in between 1 and 25. Alan Wake can move down. It probably should.
I don't agree. I think Alan Wake's still there. I mean, I haven't played Control, but of all the Remedy games I've played, including all them, what's his face? Slow-mo jumpy guy.
Quantum Break.
No.
Max Payne?
Max Payne, thank you. Even as somebody who loved Max Payne, growing up with Max Payne, I would put Alan Wake above those. I just think it's a great story. It's super moody. It's a great environment. I really like the character. I really like everything about it. Control, I haven't picked it. I've owned it. I picked it up for cheap. I haven't played it yet. It seems cool, but after Quantum Break, I'm very skeptical.
No, it really fixes what Quantum Break was. I mean, you look at like Quantum Break now as a blip, like something that went wrong, not as like what happened to the studio.
All right, do you want to move both Control and Alan Wake down?
Alan Wake, yes, but not Control.
I mean, I'll move them together. That's the only way I'll move them.
As long as Control is still higher than Alan Wake.
That's fine. Couldn't we make a case for Death Stranding also?
Yeah.
Sure. I don't think that. I mean, I think it's really innovative. I think in the grand scheme of the decade, no way it's a top 25.
I would say even of the year. So.
I
think of the year, definitely.
Of the year, that's a more difficult thing to make the case.
Okay, so that gives us 3.
You want to separate these out a little better so you can.
What do you mean?
Forget it.
Is there any others that
should move down or should move up?
I mean, I could see some maybe move down, but then I'm looking at it and going, well, which ones would you move?
I'm looking at the top 25, and I don't see anything else I would move down, other than maybe. I personally, I think Spider-Man is good. I know Spider-Man is top 25 of the decade, but it was, one of the biggest games for Sony ever.
Well, here's one thing. We have 2 Uncharted's on this list.
No, we don't. Uncharted's it's on the side over there. It's not.
Yeah, where's, what other Uncharted? What are we talking about?
I think
Uncharted 4 we've got.
Maybe you're thinking of Witcher 3 and thought it said something else.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I'm pretty
No, we just have Uncharted 4, because somehow people think Uncharted 4 is better than Uncharted 3, which is not the case, but whatever.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Well, anything else people might move up?
The only thing I could really...
No.
Yeah, I mean, the only one I could maybe make a case for is like... So which ones did you move up? Skyrim, Final Fantasy 14, and
Divinity.
and Red Dead?
Those three.
Oh, well, we still gotta move Skyrim up, so we got 4 that we gotta move.
Oh, yeah, okay, Skyrim, alright. Fair enough. I know people love that game. Okay, so we've gotta move something down. What can we move down?
Well, you could easily move Ori down 1.
Yes. Alright, let's put Ori at 26 at the top of our list here.
I don't know, I personally like Ori more than Journey.
Oh, no way. I think Journey, in fact, needs to move way higher up.
I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah. I think Journey is one of the greatest games ever made. And... rightfully, its reputation is well-deserved.
It has a good soundtrack, but as a game...
No,
like that one sequence when you're sliding on the mountain's kind of cool, but
the multiplayer element of it was pretty revolutionary for its time, and it was a transcendent experience. Like playing, if you happen to get like one person that you could experience that thing together with for the entire duration, it was truly remarkable.
Yes, yeah. But the first word in that sentence is if. Like, right, I didn't have that experience. I played that game solo.
Yeah, and I also
playing Journey solo, Mark, I usually hate when people say you played it wrong, but you played it wrong. What are you doing?
I was online. Like, no one else jumped into my game.
I think also, if you play it after the boom of it, which that was my case.
I played the PS4 version, so yeah.
I still got the story and I liked it. And I got what people felt out of it, but, some of the other things, like the thing with the scarves and all that kind of was nothing for me, because by then nobody else was really playing it, so.
I played it when it came out, and I thought it was truly transcendent.
Yeah.
Like, unique, and like, an experience that, like, sure, I can never repeat that experience, but it will forever stick with me. And I feel like it deserves to be way up there. But that's the argument for, I think, the next podcast. I think it's definitely in the top 25. I would not... I'll fight you guys on moving Journey out of the top 25. Like, no way.
Okay, well, we can get to that one. Let's focus on what we have here.
We gotta move one more game out of the top 25. I propose either Spider-Man
then we need to just move Ori?
Oh, we did? Oh, sorry, we moved Ori. Yes, yeah. You're right. We're good.
Okay. So, let's start.
Okay.
At 49.
Yeah, 49. So see, we're talking about way high earlier.
I'm looking at either Undertale or Celeste.
I'd be fine with that. They're both kind of indie darlings, but I don't know if they deserve to be super high on this. I've not played either one of them, so Mark, what justify these?
Neither have I. That's why.
Well, Celeste and Undertale are games that I've played both.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's two different things, right? I think Undertale changes the way you think about an RPG, in that it doesn't want you to just go around killing all the enemies, it tells a different type of story. The soundtrack is great, is freaking amazing. I like the art style is not anything we haven't seen before, but I think it's its own thing. And what's great about Celeste is obviously, the gameplay, it's a platformer and it's a very hard platformer. But, the story, the way it wants you to conquer your depression and conquer your issues by going up this mountain, and also, conquering that, like, other side of you that's doubting you and all that. And Celeste also has its own wonderfully awesome soundtrack too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know. I would think that both of them could go a little higher.
Now that we're sorry, I cut you off. Go on. Do you think that both of them?
A little higher. I'm not saying that much.
Okay. Well, you know what? How about this? I think maybe it'll be more efficient for us with this one. Like now that we're in the top half of our list, if we start at like what we think the top games are, because maybe we feel stronger about what games are at the top of this list.
It won't be Alan Wake. So move that cursor right now.
Oh yeah, sure. I was not talking about Alan Wake. I think probably Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
That
would be around the top for me.
It's such a fantastic. It's one of the best Mario games. It's an incredible platformer. The level designs are amazing, and I personally would put it above Ori, but I'm okay with it sitting right under Ori.
I kind of feel like Galaxy 2 should go at 26.
Above Ori?
Yeah.
I like it. I agree with you. Okay.
And
all right. Now, what's our next favorite thing on this list here? I personally really like Mario Maker. I think Mario Maker is the killer app on the Wii U. One of the best Maker games, one of the best level editors I've ever used in my life, and unsurpassed by its sequel.
I feel that way about Yakuza 0.
I mean... no, I would say Mario Maker and some other things before Yakuza 0.
I just meant a game that is unsurpassed by its sequels.
Oh.
You're wrong, but that's fine. I mean, it's still a great Yakuza game. I'm happy that Yakuza 0 brought a lot of people into the franchise. I just don't think it's anywhere the best. But, yeah.
I mean, I guess I like Mario Maker, but I think at 27 or 28 it might be high. Like, I could see it like number 30.
Yeah, something like that.
So so that means there must be something else, Mark, that you want ahead of it. Can you tell me what that is?
I would probably say Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna put Smash at like 35 or something.
I just really dug it. It was odd because I've been checking that franchise since Melee.
I mean, it helps that they just continue to add to that roster.
I mean, that really doesn't do a ton for me because it's like I don't care about like the 9th Fire Emblem character or the fact they have Dark Pit in this game. It's like,
come on.
Okay.
I'm excited about Byleth. That's extremely exciting.
You and like.
I don't think he or she is in it.
Yes, she's in it.
They just announced her.
Well, she's in it in a couple of weeks.
Oh, she's the DLC character? I didn't know that today. I've been checked out.
Oh man, you must not have.
Oh my god, you missed everybody just going nuts about. Oh my god, another Fire Emblem character.
Well, at least it's one people actually know, aside from Mark.
No, it was funny because like Sakurai made a whole big joke about it on the thing. He's like, I had to not tell anyone because somebody would get mad that I had another Fire Emblem character.
I like in the reveal trailer when Sophos is like, too many swordsmen?
Yes. He was just like, fuck that. We're having another Fire Emblem character, and you guys are just dealing with it.
Okay, you know what? You're right. The sheer number of Fire Emblem characters puts it over the edge for me. I'll put it at 21.
I would say, the game I actually would like at 28, and it's probably a weird one, but Stardew Valley.
That's not a weird one. Stardew Valley is really good.
It is beloved.
I didn't play Harvest Moon, so that doesn't have a ton of cachet with me, but I like Stardew Valley quite a bit. It was a good time waster. You could just get sucked in.
I'm not going to argue with that. Sean, do you have an argument against it?
No, I don't. I have an argument for it. It's just all the things that they've added to it. And just, again, like, one person made that game. And...
he almost went crazy for making it, though.
Yeah, reading the story of what he had to go through to make that game, too, is pretty amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we've got our top 5 of the, top third of our 100. I feel like Tomb Raider needs to be pretty high up here. I'd probably put Tomb Raider next. And we've talked at length about Tomb Raider. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. I don't think we need to rehash it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Tomb Raider above Uncharted?
Right above Uncharted. I definitely have it above Uncharted. I don't know if I have it right above Uncharted. I could Now it might be the place for Yakuza.
I don't know about that. I think, you still got Link Between Worlds.
I would say Yakuza would probably be a good 40.
Yeah, that's where I was going to say.
Okay, I'm going to put it at 40 for now. Just we'll see how that comes out. Link Between Worlds, one of the best Zeldas, a worthy successor to Link to the Past. Fantastic art style, fantastic dungeons. I mean, we've talked about this.
I mean, my only knock against it would be it's so derivative of Link to the Past.
I mean, it's derivative just in terms of the basic
it's supposed to be a sequel to Link to the Past, so...
It iterates on it significantly.
It's like taking the same damn game world, doesn't it? Like the same overworld map, I should say, right?
Yes, the overworld map is very close. I don't think it's identical, but it's close.
Well, I mean, every Yakuza game has the same map. There are subtle changes here between every game, but I mean...
Every Yakuza game is set in the same city, or in the same world, so...
I mean, that's what I'd say about this Between Worlds. Like, I guess I haven't played it, so I don't really have a judgment either way, but...
I mean, it's not true. There's other cities in the Yakuza, but of course Kamurocho is always the main area. But I do always like when it branches out into like the little seaside town in 6. Or, anyway, why are we talking about Yakuza? Link Between Worlds. So you don't want to put Link Between Worlds at 32. Okay, let's look at some other contestants here. Shovel Knight, I feel, is really fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Shovel Knight is... It was the game that really showcased when Kickstarter can be done correctly. And the fact that all of the DLC that's come afterwards is free. And they made good on that promise. It's all come out now. And that Battle Royale game, or not Battle Royale, it's that Showdown game is actually pretty fun too, that went along with it in that treasure trove. And, it's to keep making a game that is so good that you can just put a different character in it and you still want to keep playing because the base gameplay of the platforming is so good, and just the way it tells its little story is fun for each one of those characters. And I just think it became this huge thing that they put it in other games. Like Shovel Knight is a big deal, and it's an indie title,
It also did really cool. Obviously there are a lot of games like now Hollow Knight and all that sort of thing that kind of take, or, was it Dead Cells? Whatever. There are a lot of platformers now that kind of take from Dark Souls, but Shovel Knight to me was the first that really took, it kind of cherry-picked a couple of Dark Souls key mechanics and then evolved them in really fascinating and worthwhile ways. Like, for instance, the whole thing where it's either it's a safe spot or you can destroy it and get a greater reward. It really kind of takes the risk-reward thing in interesting directions that I've never seen another game do, or at least not until Shovel Knight came out. So I think it's pretty innovative as well, in addition to being a really great, side-scroller. All right. It sounds like we're all in agreement that Shovel Knight should probably be 32 or 33.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I know everybody loves Inside.
I don't.
You don't love Inside?
He
I played it.
I didn't play it, so that's why I don't care either way.
Sean, the only one who's...
Yeah, Inside is more a big deal because of its story, and the art is really great for it as well. I don't want to spoil it, but for being a short game, when you get to that end, it's amazing.
Was it all in the Animus?
You can put it at the low 30s. It's fine.
Oh, okay. So still above Yakuza 0?
Yeah.
Okay. Low 30s. All right, let's put in low 30s for now. Okay, we haven't really placed Link Between Worlds yet. Are we okay with Link Between Worlds under Shovel Knight? Or do we think Mario Kart 8 is
well, I think Mario Kart 8 should actually...
Shouldn't Mario Kart 8 be above Shovel Knight?
No.
Yeah.
Because it's literally the 8th Mario Kart game. Not if it was the first one, then yes.
I would say like Mario Kart.
Yakuza 0 is like the 8th Yakuza game.
Yeah, but no one cared about Yakuza before that series or before that game.
No, not that no one. It just became available to a wider audience at that point.
I played it on Switch. Like, I didn't play the Wii U version. And, like, from what I understand, like, it's very iterative, even the Wii version, right?
Yeah,
I mean... It's some of the same stages. But it's also got...
A lot of the things that they added are just quality of life improvements at this point. It's not anything that, like...
I actually don't like a lot of the stuff in Mario Kart 8, personally. Like, the whole, like, transforming karts reminded me of, like, Donkey Kong Racing, which sucked. Or Diddy Kong Racing.
I like that, actually. But...
or, like, the underwater stuff. It's like, this is really weird. Like...
I could say you could put, like, Mario Kart 8, like, at 40 or something, or...
Alright, so... Above Yakuza?
Yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't need to be high, or... It's still Mario Kart, I mean...
Alright,
it's the best Mario... It's perhaps the best Mario Kart, but, I mean, it's still Mario Kart.
Well, that
moves Yakuza down to 41.
The best Mario Kart is still 62-4.
Okay.
I don't know about that. Alright.
Alright, so Link Between Worlds, let's put Link Between Worlds under Shovel Knight.
I'd say put it like 35.
Okay, 35. Alright. So that leaves us 2 spaces between Shovel Knight and Link Between Worlds. What do we think fills in there? Super Meat Boy, maybe?
Man. I would make the case of, like, I don't know, I know I guess I'm the one that really likes Horizon Zero Dawn out of the 3 people here.
I liked it, but it just
it's okay.
It just didn't stick with me that well. Like, I played it, it came out 2 years ago, or maybe 3 at this point, and I just remember very little about it.
I remember it pretty well. I just didn't like all of it. As I said, I think it's kind of like a better version of an Ubisoft open world game.
I do remember the stealth sequences were really bad in that game.
They're fine. They're pretty. They're dead easy because you're basically invisible when you crouch in the grass once you've got certain upgrades and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can do these very powerful kind of instant kills.
I did that, but I remember like certain challenges were like really annoying, even like with a lot of upgrades.
Oh sure. I personally would put it below Yakuza 0, but I don't know if Sean is going to accept that.
Uncharted probably needs to go right under Shovel Knight then.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's another Uncharted game. It's just a really polished, very pretty game.
Yes, I know that there's story contraptions that people don't like, but I think they ended the series on a really high note.
I actually do. I actually like the story in that game because I had no history with the franchise before that. Some will say, "Okay, He has a brother." Like, sure. Like, well, okay.
Right.
Then, alright, move Link Between Worlds up 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
34?
What, Super Meat Boy at 35, or?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's a great little platformer.
Well, you wanted Horizon... Yeah, Titanfall 2 could go right there in between.
Yeah. It's just, now you guys have actually played it. I hear the campaign.
Yeah, I mean, I love the story in that game.
See, I think the story, like, it has good moments, but the story as a whole felt like weirdly fragmentary in spots because, like, it's just about, like, trying to find, like, go back home or something. Or like, what was I couldn't figure out what the overall goal was.
Yeah, just to make sure that he and the robot both get back home together as a team.
Like, when the Titan dies, and you have to like, that was a really good moment, and like, that one cause and effect level was kind of cool, but done better in other games.
And the multiplayer is so great in that game too. I mean,
yeah.
you know.
Okay. So, how about we move Mario Kart and Yakuza up, below, inside? And then, unless there's something else that we think should go above them.
What about Diablo 3?
Mean, I might make a case for Control somewhere in those lines.
Control below inside?
Yeah.
I'll accept it.
Okay.
How about, where would Alan Wake then go? Would Alan Wake go below Yakuza 0?
Yeah.
I could see possibly lower, but yeah, that's fine.
Alright, let's put Alan Wake below Yakuza 0 and then move Mario Kart 8, Yakuza 0, and Alan Wake up one slot. Below Control.
Okay.
Alright. Now, Mark, you are the only one here who has finished Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, it's really good.
Is it better than Alan Wake?
I mean, it has a conclusion, which is nice. Alan Wake didn't have that.
Alan Wake has a conclusion.
Well, a conclusion not in DLC. The only real negative thing I have about Star Wars, they introduced a really interesting character, like 3/4 of the way through the game, and she's like a non-factor. She's kind of like Haru from Persona 5. It's like, wow. Okay. I wish they would have introduced this character like 5 hours before, where I could have actually talked to her like once or twice to see her opinion on stuff.
All right, Mark, choose Fallen Order or Zero Dawn. Which is higher?
I mean, I would say Fallen Order because I tend to go back to that, but I know it's not like Zero Dawn, so if you want to have it higher,
I haven't played Fallen Order, so I can't say anything. You know, like.
Well, the only other thing I would say is like of the melee combat ones, it's like the only Dark Souls game that like clicked for me.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
because it's a license I care about, or it's not just grimdark crap.
Okay.
I don't know. I think about like maybe Rocket League as well.
Yeah, and it was Phenomenon, right?
Yeah, and I mean not just Phenomenon, like
easy to learn, hard to master, huge skill ceiling, amazing stuff coming out of watching multiplayer matches of it.
Right. It's a thing that, I mean, obviously helps that Epic has bought it now. So it's gotten to go on that way, but I think also just being one of those few games that was able to get Sony to unlock crossplay for, I think it's also
This may sound crazy. What if we put it right above Mario Kart 8?
I don't think that's crazy.
Okay, I feel like I just don't consider that.
Yeah. I know people are just going to be like, oh, it's soccer with cars, but it's a really good soccer with cars game. and all the things that have come after it being just, that has made it way more than that, It like mechanically feels more like the dynamics of real soccer than I think something like a FIFA even that's actually trying to simulate soccer. Alright,
okay. So, last 5. We've got Celeste, Death Stranding, Far Cry 3, Diablo 3, and Undertale. I kind of think I haven't played Undertale, but Undertale has a pretty great reputation.
I mean, of those games, I should say, I would think Far Cry 3 should be the first one the highest up there.
Now, I'm not huge on Far Cry 3. I don't think I don't think the story's very good. I do like the gameplay a lot, but
I'm not. I'm not a big Far Cry person, so I can't comment much on that. But
what would everyone's game be then?
I would say Undertale there.
That's what I was thinking. Undertale at 45. I feel Undertale and Celeste could kind of...
I think you can put Celeste a little lower.
Okay, let's put Celeste at like 47. Alright, let's make Mark happy and put Far Cry 3 between Undertale and Celeste.
I think nobody's talked about Diablo 3, but...
Well,
Diablo 3 is very much a known quantity. Like, it's very good. It had a very rocky launch that they actually did manage to work out or fix.
And they made it work on consoles, which...
Yeah, it's like the first and kind of only one of those that worked on consoles, still.
Well, Divinity, right?
Not Divinity and those are not. That's not the same game at all.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Divinity has
turn-based. Is a turn-based RPG with a ton of mechanical depth that Diablo 3 does not have.
Well, Divinity has a story at least,
and it has story depth. Yes.
Well, put Diablo at 48 and Death Stranding at 49. Then.
I'm perfectly happy with Death Stranding at 49.
Okay.
All right.
Well, there you go.
Looking at this thing as a whole, how do we feel about it? Is there anything that needs to move still?
Something for Randy to complain about?
What? Move what? What are we going to move it?
I don't know. Let me see if anything
move
looks
up?
like it's... If anything looks like it's too low. No, you know?
I think it's fine the way it is. I mean...
I'm fine with it, too. Mark?
Yeah, it's okay.
Alright, well, let's call it then. This one was actually pretty fast.
Yeah.
Supposedly, this is supposed to get harder. But yeah, that 25 to 1, I think, is going to be difficult.
That's pretty simple, I feel.
We'll see.
There are certain games that are pretty easy locks.
Well.
Okay. So, alright. Here we go. 49 to 26. Death Stranding, Diablo 3, Celeste, Far Cry 3, Undertale, Horizon Zero Dawn, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Alan Wake, Yakuza 0, Mario Kart 8, Rocket League, Control, Inside, Titanfall 2, Super Meat Boy, Legend of Zelda, Link Between Worlds, Uncharted 4, Shovel Knight, Tomb Raider, Super Mario Maker, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Stardew Valley, Ori and the Blind Forest, and Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Nice.
So, and there you go. That's your 49 through 26. And of course, the final episode is 25 to 1. So be sure to stick around to listen for that. And we'll see you later, everybody.